Hey YouTube friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is LaDonna. I'm a homeschooling mom of two, and on my channel I just like to share what we are learning and how we are growing and what God is doing in our lives. Okay friends, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Everybody is getting their curriculum and they're planning and they're preparing for the next homeschool academic year. Today I will be sharing with you what my rising sixth grader will be doing for the 2023-2024 homeschool year. Now, for those of you who are new, my rising sixth grader is my baby. This is my daughter. So it's a little overwhelming to think that she is in middle school. So let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, for writing and grammar, my rising sixth grader will be doing the English 6 by BJU Press. If you have been around here for any length of time, you know that we love BJU Press writing and grammar. This has actually been with us from the very beginning. My daughter started in 3rd grade using this curriculum, and I cannot believe that we are here in 6th grade. My son started in 5th grade, so this will be the second time I've taught English 6, and that is mind-blowing. But we love writing and grammar by BJU Press. We just decided to stick with the 2nd edition. I have the teacher's manual, and I really didn't want to repurchase anything new. So this is what she will be doing for grammar and writing. For spelling, we will be using Level B of the Phonetic Zoo by IEW. This year she went through Level A. She is about 3/4 of the way through, so next year I will just have her finish those few lessons that are left, and then we will pick up with Level B. But we love this. This has been a perfect fit for my daughter, and I am excited for her to continue on with it. Okay, I have a few reading comprehension resources for her. The first thing I have is this grade 6 reading skills. We've been using this from the beginning. She started with the one for 2nd grade, and it has worked really well for her. I even had my son go through all of these. It stops at grade 6, so that's a little sad for me as well too. But these little books go over fact, sequence, context, main idea, conclusion, and inference skills. I picked this up at Amazon. Another resource that I have for reading is this Read and Comprehend. These are the 5th grade skill sheets from Rebecca. We've been using these for the last 3 years, and they work really well for us. I also have Wordly Wise 3000. This is book 5. We've been using Wordly Wise from the beginning as well. The extra reading and the extra vocabulary practice has been really valuable. Okay, and for handwriting, I have The Good and the Beautiful Level 6. My girl loves the handwriting by The Good and the Beautiful, as do many other children, and she actually looks forward to doing it, so we are going to continue on with it in 6th grade. Okay, something new that I have right here for my rising 6th grader is a reading curriculum. I started a reading curriculum with my son, a formal reading curriculum, when he was in the 6th grade. He took a break in 7th grade because of his writing load, but for 8th grade he does have a writing curriculum he will be working through for his 8th grade year. So for my daughter, I wanted to start something formal for her. Now, I did not want to use what I used for my son, so I've had to do a lot of research. So for her, I decided to go with BJU Press Reading. Now, this is the reading curriculum for grade 5, and the reason why I decided to go with grade 5 for her instead of grade 6 is because this is meaty. I did not want her to be overwhelmed. If you've been around here, you know that we have worked really hard to help her be a confident reader, and now that she is a confident reader, I want to focus more on literary elements and how you study literature. So I felt it would be best to go with the level 5 reading as opposed to the level 6 reading. So this is the actual textbook for the students. As you can see, it is thick and it is beautiful. This is their revised edition, and I have looked through this and I'm really excited. There are a ton of genres covered in this. I think this is going to be really good for her. I also went ahead and picked up the activities book. We went through this past year BJU Press's Heritage Studies for grade 5, which is their history curriculum. That curriculum is set up the same way. It has a student textbook and a activity guide, and at the bottom of each page you can see the lesson plans for the day. So I did not purchase the teacher's manual just because I have already been through something very similar to this, and since I didn't feel the need to purchase any of the test or other resources, I thought that this would be just enough. Okay, for math, we are sticking with Simply Good and Beautiful Math. This is Math 6, and this is book 1. Book 2 is right here. I really like that they took the book and actually broke it up into 2 books. It's much thinner and easier to handle. Their 5th grade math, it was a big adjustment for us, and we had to significantly tailor it. However, my daughter did really well with it, so we just decided to stick with the Simply Good and Beautiful Math for 6th grade. And look, I have looked through this. This is so different. Not only is it broken up into 2 books, but the workbook pages are not as overwhelming. They have significantly condensed everything, and I think that that's going to be really helpful. I think that that was one of the issues with the 5th grade math. Not only were the directions unclear, some of the videos were difficult to understand as far as how they were explaining the concepts, but there was just a ton of information on the workbook pages, and I'm really impressed with how they have condensed the 6th grade math. And also, just looking through the table of contents, there is significant review in Unit 1 from Simply Good and Beautiful Math 5. So I am pleased to see that. Okay, for science, we are switching things up for science. And for 6th grade science, we decided to go with Abeka's Observing God's World. So I have, this is the main textbook. I think there's about, if I read it correctly, if I read the information correctly, there's about 25 weeks worth of material in this core book. And then once they finish this, they move on to Choosing Good Health. As you can see, it is significantly thinner compared to their core science. So this is what we're going to be doing for 6th grade. I do have the answer key for the solutions. I do have the test and quizzes. And what's interesting for 6th grade science from Abeka, all of the other sciences have activity books, but 6th grade does not. Now they do have worksheets, and they are in this book right here. This is the quizzes and worksheets. So I just thought that that was a little interesting that this curriculum didn't come with an activity book. They're just separate worksheets. I did not purchase the teacher manuals with this. I do believe that I can come up with my own lesson plans based off of everything that I have here. Okay, for history, we were on the fence with history. For 6th grade, I wanted her to do some world history, specifically ancient history, but she also expressed interest to me in something else. Now this something else, this other, I'm going to share with you in a minute just what it is. It was going to require a chunk of time. So I had to get a little creative with the history because I wanted to honor her interest, but also I wanted to make sure that she was getting the history that she needs for 6th grade, specifically ancient history, world history. So what I decided to do was I decided to go with the knot grass from Adam to Us. So this is the first book, and this is the second book. Now, what I decided to do, since this curriculum is set up for 150 days, I've decided that we're only going to go through book 1. This is the first book. This is part 1, Creation to Cathedrals, and there are, let me see, let me get to the front. There are 75 lessons in this book, and there are 75 lessons in part 2. But again, for 6th grade, we're only going to do part 1. I'm going to put part 2 aside for 7th grade, Lord willing. And I'm going to share with you in just a minute what we're going to do after we complete part 1. Some of the other resources that came with this curriculum, we have Our Creative World. So this is just a book with information and different readings that complement specific lessons. I also have right here the timeline book. I have the map book. Now these two resources do come with the textbook, and then you have to decide on the lesson review. So this book specifically for the lesson review sheets, they are questions, and the students read the questions and then they answer the questions. There is another book, is more activity driven. I just decided this would be a better fit for my rising 6th grader. And then from there, we're gonna jump into History of the Horse. So this is a curriculum by Beautiful Feet. So this is a 1-year study designed for 3rd grade through 7th grade. We have been looking at this curriculum for the last few years. We've never had the time to commit to it, and 6th grade just seemed like the perfect time. Some of the books that came along with this are, this is the student notebook. I believe this is a spine. The other books include, I'm just gonna let you guys look at them. I'm not gonna read them. This is a drawing book. She was really excited about this. These are some of the readers. And this is the last one. And it also came with this deck of cards. So we are really excited about history for 6th grade. Our plan is to go through the Not Grass curriculum first, and then once we are done with those 75 lessons, we are going to jump into this. Okay, some electives that I have for you. I do have 2 right here in my lap, but I want to share with you some of the ones that I don't have anything to show you. My daughter does take sewing lessons every Thursday. She has been enjoying that, and as of right now, we will be continuing that for the upcoming school year. She also has been playing soccer, so she didn't get to finish her fall session last fall due to an injury, but she was able to sign up for a spring session, and we are almost done with it. So our plan as of right now is to sign her up for a short soccer summer camp this summer, and then she will sign up for the fall session this upcoming fall. She has expressed interest in learning sign language. I have not settled on a program yet. As of right now, the one that I am leaning towards is by Master Books. I'll try to put something up right here. I think that one is going to be the best fit for her. We also have a subscription to the Simply Piano. That is an app on my iPad. I just pay for it by the year, and she does that about 3 days a week, 2 days a week, and it's working really well. Right here for typing, I have Typing 2 by The Good and the Beautiful. She is almost finished with the Typing 1 level from The Good and the Beautiful, and we just decided to stick with this program. It works really well for her. And then I also have Watercolor Around the World. This is by the Simply Good and Beautiful as well. I did not take it out of the packaging like I did for my 8th grader, but if you watch that video, you know that I'm going to have my children work through this together. It will most likely be on Fridays. So this comes with an instructor booklet. And the booklet shows the child step by step how to complete each watercolor project. And then it also comes with the template sheets, and this is why I purchased this. The template sheets actually have, let me get to one that you can see. They actually have the drawing already on the template sheet. So I think that this is fantastic, and it's going to be really encouraging for both of my children since the drawing is already here. We've tried to work with watercolor in the past, and that part seems to be what is most overwhelming to them. So anyway, friends, this is what my rising sixth grader will be doing for the 2023-2024 homeschool year. I hope that this was helpful. Please let me know in the comments below if you have a rising sixth grader or if you've used any of these resources. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.